Good evening, everybody. Welcome in the kitchen with Tally Faye. Sure is a pretty afternoon out here in Iola, Texas today. I'm in here fixing to get ready to work on us some supper, and I'm doing I think it's 2 videos. I've done, the first video was on the fried pies, and then this one I'm doing is I'm fixing to make us some chicken and dressing. Good old time chicken and dressing, where it's mixed together. Your chicken meat's all in with your dressing and everything. And the reason I'm doing that, y'all, is because these 2 videos, the fried pies and this dressing recipe that I'm doing, is I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit about stuff that I've put in the freezer, leftovers, and froze them to do something with later on. And today I chose to do that. So I picked out some ingredients out of the freezer and decided, okay, this is what I'm going to make with this stuff. And so I had some leftover, the fried pie thing, I had some leftover peach pie filling in a little Ziploc baggie, and I made those peach pies. And I also made some little watermelon rind pockets. Y'all need to look at that video. It's good. Some good stuff made from scratch. But what we're going to do here is what it was, y'all, was I had me some cornbread. Let me put it down here. I had me some cornbread in the freezer that I had put up, right? And one part of it is half of a pan of that, here a while back ago I made that bean goulash and green chili cornbread, and this half of this thing is the green chili cornbread. So it's got the green chilies in there and some of the corn and stuff and everything. So that is part of my cornbread. And then I cut me up some white bread. I cut up 4 pieces of white bread, y'all. And what I have in here with my leftover cornbread that come out of the freezer is about 4.5 cups, give or take, okay, of crumbled cornbread. So that's pretty much about what I have in here. And so I've been crumbling on it, and I got my little white bread chunks in there, my 4 slices. I took the crust off of them. But first things first, y'all, I got me a stick of butter. And I'm going to go over here and get this melted on the stove. Because, let me show you just a second. Let me get my butter melted. Because I have already got out, I had some onions in there that I needed to work with and stuff and get done. But I've got, I had a half of a old yellow onion in there in a Ziploc baggie from when we had hamburgers the other night, and I had a couple of green onions that needed cutting up and using, and then I had a part of a stalk of celery, so I took it and chopped it up. So I got celery, yellow onion, and green onion here, and I'm fixing to saute them in my butter in this skillet, okay? Get that done. I said saute, I'm just sweating them down, y'all. That's really all I'm doing, okay? I don't want them like browned or nothing or anything. I just want them to get translucent for me, okay? So I'm going to get this butter melted. Like I say, I just threw a stick of butter in there. It don't really matter how much you've done, you know, with that and everything. This really isn't that much of an exact measurement either, okay? So, because this is the freezer pick thing that I'm doing. And I've been wanting to do this chicken and dressing, especially now with that good cornbread like that. But anyway, I'm going to get this sauteing, or whatever you want to call it. Sweating them down, okay? Sweating my veggies. Let those get done. And work on crumbling my cornbread. Just more playing with it while my vegetables are sweating down. And then we'll be back and stir it all up together and get in the oven. Okay, so I've got our celery and onions sweated down in this stick of butter, y'all. So see, and like I say, I don't brown them. I just, you do it real easy on them, just so you can get them to get soft and you know, change color. So you want to just go ahead. I've got my cornbread crumbled up, right, with my white bread in there. I'm gonna go ahead and dump butter and all in my bread. I'm going to crumble the bread here. This poor old skillet. It's rough, but it still works beautifully. You get one you love, you can't help it. You'll keep using them. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stir this up in here a little bit. Get that tossed around. Okay, now I have some chicken stock from when I boiled some chickens and put in the freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and put what I have left of this chicken stock in there. And then I have a piece of a carton of one that I've been putting in some soups and stuff or whatever, so I'll probably use most of it. I'm going to stop right there and stir this around a minute, because we want it to get good and soupy, I call it. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, y'all, I'm going to go ahead, and this is the only thing I'm going to add to it seasoning wise, is just a little bit of this poultry seasoning. I've told y'all about that, okay? You know what you like to add to your dressing as far as sage and stuff like that, you know, and everything. And like I say, this has sage in it, but it's got other stuff, and I just like to do just a little old bitty pinch because I don't like a lot of sage, but I do want that hint of it. So I'm going to take it and sprinkle it in there so I can control that a little bit. So that is up to you on how much you want to put in there. And I'm telling y'all, that's all I put. A little dusting of it. Okay? There's me some poultry seasoning off in there. Alright, now, I've got me a couple of eggs here that I'm going to crack and put in there. Let me find I don't want to get a shell in it. Let me see. I'll just crack them in this cup real quick. I don't ever like taking the chance of getting a shell in there. Okay, there we go. Putting me a couple of eggs in here. Stir them around in it. Y'all, I'd rather have chicken and dressing than just dressing and with the turkey and ham and stuff at Thanksgiving. I love chicken and dressing. And this ought to be good because, like I say, part of this cornbread is from that green chili cornbread that I had. And then the other part of it is from a piece I had frozen in there that was just regular old cornbread baked to go with some beans one time. So, now I am fixing to cut me up. I've got me some boiled eggs here, okay? I'm going to just chop me up a couple of these boogers. I've boiled 4 of them. I'll see how much I want. Okay. Good enough there. We're going to get that. Put it in here. Here's our eggs. Our boiled eggs. So far we got 2 boiled eggs and 2 raw eggs, right? Okay. I've got me some pimentos here. I'm fixing to cut me up. Some pimento bites are in there. You don't have to put this in there if you don't want to. I just love it in there. It makes it pretty. You get a bite of them here and there. And like I say, to me, pimentos are almost kind of like tasting of a bell pepper in a way. Alright, that's all I'm going to put in there of that, okay? Now, alright, my oven's ready. I have my oven preheated on 350, y'all. So let's get this stirred up in here. And see, it's kind of thick right now, right? So I want to add me some more liquid to it. See where that takes us. Looking good, y'all. think I hit it when I did that. See, look at it up close about how thick I got it. See how it's kind of running off of the thing, off the spatula there? Don't be afraid though if you get it a little thin, it's gonna cook, okay? So now, I have, from the boiled chicken that I did, I picked off the dark meat and the light meat. So I'm gonna start off with this, and see these are quart bags, so that's how much I had out of that hen. And so I'm just gonna dump this in here. I like the big pieces. I don't want shredded in there, right? Hold on. Excuse me. I don't want it all shredded in there. I want to get bites of chicken. So I'm going to gently stir this in there and see just how much chicken. I think I want a little more. That's however much chicken you want in your dressing. You like a little or a lot, right? So I'm going to put this in. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in there on ours, y'all. And I'm going to add a little bit more of this liquid because I got so much chicken in there now. We're going to get this stirred up. I got to put my hand in there so I can really get it mixed well. Chicken and dressing, y'all. And this was from a hen that Lynn butchered, that Buzz butchered. I'm going to put the rest of this in there, y'all, just because it ain't going to hurt a thing. Buzz butchered some chickens in the summer, and so we put them up in the freezer, and I get them out and do what I want, like make chicken and dumplings and this and that with them, but I'll get them out from time to time and boil them up and have them ready like this, so I don't have to do all that. I've already got it done. It's very handy. But there we are, y'all. That is stirred up and ready to go. So I have, and I chose I wanted a deeper old dish because I want it to be moist when we dig down in there, right? So I'm going to just take it and dump it in here. And y'all, we have our chicken and dressing ready to go in the oven. And it looks good. Let me rinse my hands off. Now, like I say, I've got the oven preheated on 350, okay? So I'm going to just put that in there like this right now. Look at that, y'all. Don't that look good? I'm going to just put it in there probably for the first 35, 40 minutes or whatever without anything on it. But if it looks like it's going to dry it out, you know, on the top and stuff too much, I'll get me some foil and put over the top of it. But right now, I'm just going to put it in there like this. So we'll see how long it takes, but, you know, it's going to be in there a good while. I'm not going to say a number because every time I do, it ends up being, most of the time, more than what I say. So we'll time it and see how long it really takes. But like I say, about the first half hour, check it. And I actually like to stir it one time. Okay, so say half hour into it, reach in there with your spoon and stir it around to even everything out again in the cooking process where it's not just cooked on the sides, right? And stir it around and then leave it in there and let it finish cooking like that. And then you decide as to whether or not you want to put some foil on top of it, okay? So we'll be back after a while with our chicken and dressing with all our goodies from the freezer. And that's how you work this thing, y'all. Make it work. Alright, y'all. Our dressing is ready. Our chicken and dressing. It's chicken and dressing, right? I left it in there for an hour and 10 minutes, but that was in this dish, y'all. Remember, I did it in a deep one. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that crust on there. Woo, baby. Uh-huh. But I did it for that long because it was in such a deep dish. If you did it like in a 9 by 13 pan or something, you know, you probably wouldn't have to do it quite that long. It'd be more like in between 45 minutes and an hour. Somewhere in there. But I did at 30 minutes, opened it up and got my spoon and stirred it all up around in there and everything, and then just smoothed it back out on the top and let it finish baking, okay? So like I say, at the 30-minute time was when I mean, it just sometime during that period, right? So anyway, I got it out and I wanted y'all to see. Let me see if we can get up, how close we can get up here. We'll get us a little old thing of it out and see. See how our chicken and dressing turned out from our freezer pick, right? Alright, y'all. Can you see? Yep, you can see me. Okay. Look at all that chicken in there and everything. Look. Look at that. What do you think of that? I'm seeing it just right. Ooh, it smells good. Definitely has a good smell to it. And we're going to eat it with some of Buzz's zipper peas tonight. I got a little old pot of zipper peas cooking here. I got us, I saved those 2 boiled eggs, remember, that I had boiled for in here. So I'll slice them up and we'll have us some chicken and dressing, some zipper peas, some sliced boiled eggs, and then we decided on getting us some of our pickled beets out and having them on the side with it. What do you think about that? Is that a country meal? It's gonna be good, y'all, for sure. Alright. I'll get me a little old bite of it here before we get off, just so y'all can see. I just want y'all to see how good it looks. It's hot too. That's it, y'all. Chicken and dressing. That's the way to go now. And see there, and like I said, I used that one of that half of the things, the cornbread was the green chili one. And so that's really giving this a good taste in there, right? And then the other half was just regular cornbread. So listen, y'all get in your freezers. You need to save that stuff anyway, right? But it don't do you no good to put it in there if you don't do something with it. And so today, this meal and the desserts and everything cost us little to nothing, y'all. I mean, this is all stuff that we had already put up, that Buzz grew, or we raised, or any of it, or stuff that I froze from leftovers and stuff to make a meal with. So y'all can do this thing. Homemade chicken and dressing. That'll feed a good bit of people, y'all, right there. And that's going to be good with them zipper peas. Listen, y'all have a great weekend. Friday evening's coming up on us. It is beautiful out there. I'm going to be mowing tomorrow. That's my plan. What's your plans for the weekend? Be sure and eat something good. Cook it. Cook something good and eat it, okay? I love you guys. See you next time in the kitchen with Tally Faye.